Spare my life and I'll dedicate it to working for you.
You're the last terrorist here. You die and my job is done.
That's what I thought.
What if I told you there's a duplicate of yours truly? A replica identical in all respects. Even a bioscan couldn't tell the difference.
You want to kill the Jedi.
Your efforts to destabilize the terror network are working better than expected, Cypher.
You want to drop your weapons.
What do you know? The body's bioscan matches. You just made a lot of crime bosses very happy.
Stop waving your hands like that. You both look ridiculous.
Strong-minded, You're no use to me.
You have your own mission. Destroy the cells and they'll lead us to the Eagle.
This is a Sith holocron. It was created centuries ago by a powerful Dark Lord called Darth Nihilus.
Congratulations on stopping the bombings in Anchorhead.
Don't worry. You're safe.
You did it! You really did it! We're safe! Bennett, we're safe!
Good. Good.
Lord Malgus, you wish to speak with me?
That's correct. Kadamimu 5 is an industrial world used by the Republic as a weapons depot. The so-called war chest of the Outer Rim. Now the planetary governor faces charges of corruption and has declared independence rather than stand trial. This is our opportunity.
There's no Republic fleet, and no treaty between the Empire and Kadamimu.
Indeed, and they have something we want. If we acquire or eliminate Kadamimu's weapon stockpiles, 3 Republic sectors will be left undefended. Conquering the planet is secondary. Nonetheless, we must act before Republic troops put down this rebellion, or before the governor readies the Kadamiman defenses.
I can hit atmosphere within 6 hours. Have we identified the key defense targets?
You'll have a full report awaiting you. As we speak, the governor is overriding Republic security protocols and arming the planetary missile batteries. His private army is quelling civilian riots, but the army's elite will protect the missile command center. Push through, take control, and Kadamimu will be ours.
I'll leave for the planet immediately, Lord Malgus. Be prepared for my signal.
The fleet is assembling. When you are finished, it will be ready to secure the system.
My fellow citizens, the coming days will be difficult. You will hear lies about civil unrest, about attacks on our soil. But our world is protected. Not just by our arsenal, but the Kadamian Guard patrols the streets to keep you safe. My people do not listen to the lies on the HoloNet. There are no riots in the Mercantile District, and the missile batteries are perfectly safe. Fellow citizens, some of you have questioned the makeup of the Kadamian Guard. You ask, why have we recruited off-worlders? But I say, if a man like General Ortol wants to fight for our planet, it would be selfish to deny him that privilege.
This is General Ortol to the intruders. The governor may be cowering in his bunker, but we will do our job. You won't get any further. This is General Ortol to all forces. The command center is under attack. Do not let the enemy take control of the missile batteries. piece of trash! You think I'm afraid now?
Whoever you are, listen. Those missile batteries are all that's protecting Kadamimu. You can't take control from me.
This is Imperial Fleet Command. Planetary defenses are disengaging, and we've got the Governor's shuttle on scanners. We'll take it from here.
I've returned from Kadamimu. What's our status?
With the planetary missile batteries negated, our fleet was able to bombard the planet's surface without incident. The first troops are landing, and the Republic arsenal has been confiscated. The war chest of the Outer Rim is no more.
The Republic military can't be happy. I'm surprised they didn't land troops before we did.
Their ships were in system when you took control of the batteries, but they weren't willing to start a war when they knew they'd lose the battle. We've also apprehended Kadamimu's governor and scheduled his public execution. His successor will be given the opportunity to lead the planet into a new era, or else pay for its association with the Republic.
I'm sure you'll put affairs on Kadamimu in order.
It would not have been possible without your assistance. Until the next opportunity.
Welcome, Captain. Your reputation precedes you. My client will be thrilled to meet you in person. I am RA-30 of Interstellar Commandos Incorporated. I represent an especially gifted individual in the tactical security trade. Do you seek a mercenary to provide assistance with battlefield operations?
I think you've got me confused with someone else. I conduct legitimate business. Also, I'm allergic to blasters.
Your gifts for understatement and misdirection are well known, Captain. Rest assured, my employer maintains the greatest discretion. I warn you in advance, there are some who find this mercenary's physical appearance unusual. However, great warriors come in all shapes and sizes. My client has fought on Terrace, Nar Shaddaa, and Ord Mantell. Most recently, she guarded commercial freighter convoys against pirate boarding parties.
This mercenary must be good. Close quarters fighting aboard starships isn't easy. One stray shot can decompress an entire vessel.
A fact my employer took advantage of with great success. Many pirates found themselves in hard vacuum that day. The convoy owner was pleased. Ah, here she is now. Allow me to introduce Treek. She has journeyed all the way from an exotic Outer Rim system in search of adventure and purpose.
Sa Manola, dali may magsisa sa milya manasa. Joras tiriya, Rajabani, hawas hasta numay ka mamati.
I'm glad to hear people say good things about me. Wish I could say I've heard of you.
Nupita sa tisani vari papaborini, ati tamine abula para koi kapgati sa baharatata. Juna manasa ka, tariki, na balaka, taraki si baspisa, rita na te primi karaya si gochuche.
Treek, I look forward to having you at my side. You'll be fairly compensated for whatever trouble comes our way.
Yap, wichon ninga. Hasta ska sibi avio, baniyap, sa vokademika kariya chetamati.
I am ever so pleased you found my client satisfactory. I wish you both good fortune in your future endeavors. Good day.
How are you settling in, Treek?
Ano jowicho, ajo pania Maria yoda, rokana kara reyam checheim, avadu kamya karechi. Sarakara, amari sate vatakata kimchi parantu, ti nativon ki karasoko choko. Temani katutudon, samya vedera, ralalo sutika oroto tabibini virota, yoyache.
How did you learn to fly a starship if there weren't any on your homeworld?
Turapayo, viroda kakidi tamanahatam. Samanola tali memecisa samilia manasa. Jorastiria, Rajabani, Havas hasta numenta mamate. Trana para vorar, nabalale. Na, aitan, sudia mamenti mamani, abaka. Viketakarka bo be papatasi. Samuichori tatasida.
That sounds like the first time I flew. Come to think of it, I still can't show my face on that planet.
Samanola tali memecisa samilia manasa. Jorastiria, Rajabani, Havas hasta numenta mamate. Akayam, upakaya kimata, samajika svaro da baharo chikichiya, kokasa utomnati. Avikaro vivida la kota dabare, kavavamam, avijia alagaba vivigana abakota ave.
That's more adventure than most people see in a whole lifetime, and you're only getting started.
Akakasina, ekino bakala, chukone madada karavina jaruroche. Marimita, which yogyo or Sharina Munjuta Marisate, Samata Chochi Satase. Which of you, Kisaka Paxi, Kayaka Sambaleza Ate Pachi, which of Pisio Sakato Karasum? Ah, si, oh, I know my boy.
Alderaan certainly is the prettiest world on our itinerary. Don't let all that breathtaking scenery fool you, though. This is the most dangerous planet of the core worlds. The nobles here could teach the Sith a few things about backstabbing and assassination.
You should hide in my bunk, where it's safe.
Tempting, but I'll take my chances with the nobles. I'm reckless that way. Every so often, the noble families spill their bloodlines fighting for the throne. The current succession war is the bloodiest on record. Since the Empire arrived to put its own puppet in charge, there's no telling who will come out on top.
Local politics put me to sleep. What's our business here?
Your first delivery is a piece of glaze cake. All you have to do is escort that antique power droid to House Organa's castle. Since House Organa runs this spaceport and their castle is right around the corner, dropping off the droid should be a quick run.
The droid's my first delivery. What's the second?
One deal at a time, Captain. Let's focus on dumping that bucket of bolts. The droid belongs to a couple of young nobles, Len Taran and his sister Sidonia. Decent people, all things considered.
Got it. I better get moving. You made a deal with a woman named Risha for this droid. I'm here to collect.
Welcome home, you ugly little thing. I mean the droid, of course.
This is no time for your juvenile jokes. We should properly introduce ourselves. I am Lady Sidonia Taran, Herald of the Gold Aurora.
And I'm her brother, Lord Len Taran, Warden of the Eternal Flame. Please call me Len.
What should I call your beautiful sister?
Seti. She loves that.
Please don't listen to my brother. He has the unfortunate quality of being an idiot. My brother and I are all that remains of House Taran's noble bloodline.
One of Alderaan's more reprehensible pedigrees, House Bayless, slaughtered our family and seized all our holdings.
You still have this old clanker, for whatever it's worth.
This droid holds new hope for us, literally. Centuries ago, our ancestors hid something inside it for safekeeping.
Pirates absconded with the unfashionable machine generations ago. Tracking it down has consumed our family since before we were born.
What that droid contains will rebuild House Taran. But we need instructions to safely open the hidden compartment. It's rigged to explode, you see.
The instructions are at our family's estate, now occupied by House Bayless's forces. Without those instructions, we can't pay you.
There must be plenty of mercenaries willing to go steal those codes.
We've hired 37 professional thieves. None has returned. Perhaps they formed a club.
The instructions we need are in a datapad of Taran family history at our estate's library. If you retrieve that datapad, we'll add a substantial bonus to your payment.
And there are some additional family heirlooms we'll pay you handsomely to recover while you're there.
What kind of security does your estate have?
Hard to say. I'm sure Bayless installed new systems after we fled.
Len, it's time for your meeting with House Organa. Don't keep their counselors waiting this time.
You just want this handsome stranger to yourself. Next time, dear sister, you get to beg our hosts for their table scraps.
What are you waiting for? An invitation?
I'll try not to come back too soon, dear sister.
Take your time here, Captain. I'll go stretch my legs.
I couldn't face another dreary meeting with House Organa's counselors. Thank you for sparing me.
I've been looking forward to a private chat since I got here.
I'll try not to disappoint you. When I was a girl, I dreamed of adventuring among the stars. What's it like, living that life?
Come to my ship and see.
That would generate no end of gossip. This is already quite a breach of etiquette, you know. An off-world man calling on a lady in private. People will talk.
Face it, you can't resist me.
I'm often drawn to things I'm not supposed to have. Regardless, I've kept you from your business long enough. Please take care of yourself out there.
Come in, Lieutenant. This is General Garza. I understand you've just set down on Alderaan. The political situation on Alderaan is highly complicated. The world's ruling families are mired in a civil war for control of the planet. House Organa supports the Republic, so they're our primary ally. Your mission against the Havoc Traders is priority 1, but try to aid the Organas where you can as well.
Who will I be aiding House Organa against?
The Empire supports House Organa's rival, House Thule. Thule was banished from Alderaan, but with the Empire's support, they've returned to make an attempt for control of the planet.
How much support is Thule actually getting from the Empire?
Quite a bit. Intelligence reports indicate that Imperial troops operate openly on Thule's behalf all over Alderaan. Now, your primary mission. Your target is Gearbox. A captured Thule nobleman has revealed his presence to our House Organa allies. Apparently, Gearbox is aiding House Thule and the Empire in their effort to take control of Alderaan, though we don't yet know the full nature of that assistance.
Whatever Gearbox is up to, I'll put a stop to it.
You should speak to the Thule nobleman that House Organa captured, and see if you can get more information from him. The Thule prisoner is being held in isolation at House Organa's estate. I left strict instructions that no one interact with him further until you arrive.
Are there any limitations on questioning the prisoner?
I'll leave that to your discretion, Lieutenant. But this man is currently our only link to Gearbox. We wouldn't want to waste that. The overseer at Organa's detention center is a man named Balak Cormac, a captain in their house military. He will be your primary contact. That's it, Lieutenant. Question the prisoner, determine Gearbox's whereabouts, and neutralize him. Understood?
I'll be done in no time.
Good luck, Lieutenant. Garza out.
Sir, I found our first potential target for the Morale Improvement Initiative. An Imperial propagandist known as the Ambassador. I've collected a sample of his lies for your review.
Friends, the Ambassador would have you know that you needn't live in fear. You needn't bow to men who are your inferiors. In the Empire, you can live a life of purpose and accomplishment, where only those most fit to rule guide our society. A life of greatness.
Give me our intel on this guy.
The SAS has found no concrete data. He effectively has no personal history before becoming the Ambassador. Clearly an Imperial cover-up. These spurious recordings are broadcast all over the galaxy, filling people with doubts about our noble cause. The Ambassador is the public face of our enemy. Removing him will boost Republic troops' morale and combat effectiveness.
As soon as you locate the Ambassador, let me know.
You'll be the first person I notify, sir.
Hold up a minute, friend. The detention area is restricted. I'm going to need to see some identification before you come in here.
You must be Captain Cormac. General Garza sent me.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't recognize you. Well, your general told us someone was coming, but he didn't say who. You'll be wanting to talk to our esteemed guest from House Thule, won't you? He's a tough one. We worked him over a dozen times and he still won't talk.
Thought he mentioned a man called Gearbox.
Well, yeah, besides that, he mentioned the Gearbox fellow as soon as we brought him in. The man's name is Marcus Thule. He did tell us that much. Our boys caught old Marcus sneaking into the castle with a dozen Imperial commandos, set on cutting the head of House Organa into Throntobate.
If you captured any Imperials, I'll need to speak with them as well.
I'm afraid there aren't any, Lieutenant. They all went down during the fight. Took a lot of our boys with them, too. Anyways, as soon as we got the shock cuffs on him, Marcus starts in on the Gearbox stuff. Critical intelligence, Republic Special Forces will want to know, that sort of thing.
This is all top secret, Captain. Don't forget that.
As you say, sir. I wouldn't breathe a word of it to anybody. Marcus is in holding cell 5, Lieutenant. I've set the security door to grant you access, whenever you're ready.
So, a visitor. Welcome. I am Marcus Andarius Thule. Your aspect and equipment are not those of House Organa.
I'm with Republic Special Forces.
Just as I'd hoped. We have much to discuss. I can tell you all about Gearbox, the Empire, and their activities. But before I help you, you must help me. I want protection for my wife and daughter.
It's yourself that you need to be worried about, unless you start talking.
Beating me will not earn you the information you seek. Your friends in House Organa have already tried. My wife and daughter, they still live amongst my house, and amongst the Imperials. If I tell you what I know, they will suffer for that betrayal. I won't allow this. So until my family is safe, I can tell you nothing.
Lead me to Gearbox and I'll do whatever you want.
If I tell you where he is now, you could simply deal with him and leave, gaining me nothing. Perhaps a compromise. I tell you part of what I know to prove the veracity of my claims. If you find that my intelligence is accurate, you help my family. After which, I will tell you exactly how to locate Gearbox.
I'll hear you out, Thul. This better be good.
Among other projects, Gearbox has helped construct a hidden, highly sophisticated missile battery capable of eradicating any Organa force that approaches Thule territory. Destroying this missile battery would greatly benefit your Organa allies and prove how accurate my information is. All you need do for the rest is protect my wife and daughter.
It's been a pleasure, Marcus.
Likewise.
I gotta say, Lieutenant, you're something else. Until you showed up, Marcus had barely spouted 20 words at us. Don't know about this business with Marcus's wife and daughter, though. The boys upstairs may not approve of cutting deals with this guy.
Saving the family is the only way to get Marcus's intel.
Well, then it's probably best if we don't call any attention to ourselves. So what about Marcus's story? All of this missile launcher business. You think he's telling the truth?
It's hard to say, but there's no choice but to investigate.
Suppose so, sir. Never thought I'd say this about a Thule, but I think I actually believe the guy. Well, good luck out there, friend. Who knows? Maybe you'll find some clues about this Gearbox guy. I'll keep an eye on Marcus while you're gone.
I've always heard how beautiful Alderaa's supposed to be. Figures I'm gonna see it in the middle of a war. At least he'll still be pretty in the holos.
You can sightsee after we win the Great Hunt.
That's assuming there'll be anything left to see. Just forget it, you wouldn't understand.
Welcome to Alderaan, Hunter. Former tourist capital of the core worlds. Your target here is a nobleman nicknamed the Durasteel Duke on account of his knack for staying alive. Over 1,000 assassins have come and gone trying to put the Duke to bed, but he ain't met you yet, right? He was last seen with House Gerard. They're guests of House Thule, so that's a good place to start looking. Good luck.
Figure she'd gloss over the details. Lucky for you, I'm on the job.
Fill me in. I hate surprises.
In a nutshell, when the Queen of Alderaan died a few years ago, the head of the military declared himself king. That didn't go over so well. Now the three largest houses are fighting over the crown.
I'll need to know more about the major players.
Well, General Boris Olgo is the guy who declared himself king, and his house controls most of Alderaan's former military. House Organa and House Thule are Olgo's only real opposition, but they're at each other's throats too. Basically, Organa wants Alderaan back in the Republic, and Thule came back from exile with the help of the Empire. Hey, are you getting all this?
Yeah, very nice job. Thorough.
Oh, this is kind of old news. I had plenty of time to read up on the trip here. Come on. We better go pay a visit to House Gerard. Oh, and one last thing. The nobles of Alderaan are different. They think they're untouchable, and they won't be impressed, no matter how big a gun you wave around.
Oh, it's good to relax. This is as close as I'm getting to it these days.
Something wrong?
Wrong? Oh, yeah, that's putting it lightly. I'm going nuts here. I've spent so long keeping one step ahead of somebody, I can't believe I've lost them for good. At least when I'm out with you, I usually know where the blaster fire's coming from. Keeps my mind off trouble.
The less time you and Trouble spend together, the better.
You've got a marvelously camouflaged sense of humor, you know that? Let's see how easily you brush off your old instincts and catch 40 winks after you've spent 30 years bounty hunting.
I knew you were a career scoundrel, but 30 years on the run? Pretty impressive.
Things weren't so bad until people finally realized the same guy was responsible for most of their woes. And I've made some enemies over the years, believe me. 2.5 Hutt families, the entire Carillion Exchange. And there was that whole blockade incident that ran the Mandalorians home with their tails between their legs. Come on, I think I've had my fill of all this cheering up.
I just cuffed the whelp for scuffing my boot with the stirrup when... Oh, abominable.
Just ignore it. Maybe it'll wander away.
What's a beautiful young thing like you doing hanging on the arm of this old prune?
I was so overwhelmed by your charm and good looks that I thought I might faint.
You want to try another sleazeball line, or are you done embarrassing yourself?
You have some nerve to blunder in here, insult me, and make indecent advances toward my daughter. You must leave, now, and use the servants' exit. People would talk if they saw someone of your ilk here.
I'm just here on business.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, return to the festivities. I will have a few words with our esteemed guest here.
You the boss around here?
You could put it that way, yes.
You aren't seriously considering dealing with this thug?
Uncle, please. I have the situation well in hand. Return to the festivities. This is not a request. I believe I know why you're here, but this is a discussion best held in private. Please wait in my office. I'll be right with you.
I'm a bounty hunter. I'm after the Durasteel Duke. Can you help me or not?
Right to the point, yes? I'm afraid the Duke and his sister left House Gerard some time ago under unpleasant circumstances. House Gerard now has a vested interest in finding the Duke and having him meet an unpleasant end. A minor noble claims to have a lead on the Duke. However, he insists on meeting in person, which I'm not willing to do. Instead, I will employ you.
You're expecting a double cross.
It's possible. Either way, I'm certainly not going out into that war zone, and none of my relatives can be trusted. I can't expect you to navigate the intricacies of our society, but I can give you the authority to negotiate on my behalf. From this point on, you will act as House Gerard's advocate, a role of honor. Come, I will walk you through the appointment ceremony.
Let's make this happen.
Please kneel. I, Baron Zakar Gerard, do hereby bequeath my voice and my seal to this proxy. Now repeat after me. I humbly accept this honor and swear to carry my authority in a manner befitting the Lord I serve.
Uh-huh. I accept. You know the rest. So we done?
What? No, you must... Oh, never mind. It is customary for information to be double encrypted in these transactions, so Lord Malphus must enter his half of the key before you take the data. I'll let Malphus know you'll arrive at his encampment soon. Be on your best behavior.
Stand by. I'm routing comm traffic through our mid-rim outposts. You're on a 6-second delay until I resynchronize the data stream. 3, 2, 1. Synced and secured. Tracking systems show you're in the castle lands of Alderaan. Enjoy the view, Cypher. I hear the mountains are lovely.
No more beautiful than my watcher.
But are they icier? Don't answer that. Alderaan is governed by the wealthiest noble families in the galaxy. They've feuded for centuries, and are presently engaged in a full-scale war. You're here because Imperial intelligence believes that one of the noble houses, or a noble within one of the houses, is financing the Eagle's Terror network.
What sort of financing are we talking about?
Money for weapons, transportation, bribes, anything the cells need. The Empire's resources are tied up supporting House Thul's efforts to claim the throne. But intelligence does have one asset, Vector Hillis. Vector was an Imperial ambassador to the nobles, but he was later repurposed. Now he's with the Killiks, Alderaan's native alien species.
I'm not familiar with them. What's their story?
The Killiks are an insectoid species that evolved on Alderaan. Most of the nests migrated into space millennia ago, but a few remain planetside. When Vector approached the Killiks on a mission of diplomacy, they absorbed him into their collective intelligence. He's part of their hive mind. However, he continues to file activity reports, and we believe he's still loyal to the Empire, even if he's barely human anymore.
So what's our next step?
We've requisitioned Vector from the diplomatic service and given him a need-to-know overview. You'll rendezvous at these coordinates. Use him to eliminate any noble or house funding the terrorists. Watcher 2 out.
Stop right where you are. You have no rank here. Etiquette dictates that no one below my rank is permitted within 10 paces of my person without my express consent.
Is he serious?
Wait, you are the advocate of House Gerard? Outrageous! I would not trust the likes of you to scrub my sewage, let alone deliver vital correspondence.
Here's your opportunity to just shut up and hand over the message.
You don't make demands of me, mongrel. Honor dictates this message must stay in my care until I give it to someone of rank, not a trained Thranta. Look, I have here tokens of respect for my peers, a mission for a page. Deliver them and earn a 10-year-old's honor. Then I can speak to you.
How about I deliver your teeth?
Ow, I bet that hurt.
Oh, you struck me! How dare you! You knuckle-dragging ape! I'll see your head on a pike! What are you oafs waiting for? Pound this cur to the ground!
I'm not scared of you.
Baron Zaka will hear of this offense. Enjoy explaining why my information will now go to someone else. I demand that you prostrate yourself and beg for mercy, or so help me, I'll have you brought before a tribunal for these grievous affronts.
You're a slow learner.
Ah! Stop that! You'll regret... All right, Quarter, I relent. I shall enter my half of the security key. You take this message to Baron Zakar with my fond regards.
I have never seen a sense of entitlement outweigh a sense of self-preservation like that.
May we never meet again.
Yes, this is the one, as the song schedule determined.
I can't wait to see how this goes.
We are Vector Hillis, Dawn Herald of the Ouroboros Nest. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Agent.
Cypher 9. I'm with Imperial Intelligence.
Of course. We trust our appearance doesn't disturb you. Our superiors in the diplomatic service find our joining disconcerting, but it was necessary. The joining allowed us to share thoughts and senses with the Nest, forge a bond between Empire and Kilix. The change is a small price.
Being transformed doesn't bother you?
It was unexpected, but now I'm part of the kind. I hear the song of the universe. It's a magnificent thing. Yes, as to your target, Imperial Intelligence provided us with a list of names, dates, and locations connected to your terrorist financier.
Do you have an ID on the target?
We can't identify the financier himself, but your information shows he's visited House Organa, House Ceres, House Pantier, and House Cortes. Cortes is a vassal of the Empire's proxy, House Thul. If you show the Cortes Baron a copy of our findings, he might close in on your foe.
I appreciate the advice.
We must proceed to the Dance of Unlighting, but we'll remain here for the duration of your mission. We suggest you present yourself to Cortes as an ally of the Empire. Show strength, and don't mention your intelligence connections.
Hold your guard. In the name of Baron Payar Cortes and the Cortes Barony, I demand you state your business or face expulsion.
I am one of the free soldiers of the Polemian trade route, come to offer my company's services.
Another mercenary thug, then. Come to Alderaan for a few credits.
Best mercenary thug this side of the rim.
Captain Perovius, there's no need to react this way.
Forgive me, my lady.
I am Baroness Che Cortes. Forgive our lack of hospitality, but these are inhospitable times. And quite frankly, Cortes has no need of mercenaries. Friends, yes, but not armies for hire.
Allow me to prove that I can be a friend.
Perhaps. Some days ago, we lost a squad of battle droids patrolling the borders of Cortes lands. That squad was our first line of defense. We believe the squad's disappearance may presage an attack. Yet not one of our allies has come to our aid.
What happened to the squad exactly?
We don't know what destroyed our droids. They went silent. Until we find out, we must prepare for the worst. If you want our favor, send your troops to determine the fate of our patrol. Perhaps then my Baron may host guests.
We'll do everything possible to make this right.
I'll leave you to Captain Perovius. I hope to see you under better circumstances.
If your troops find Droid, tell them to activate the squad's homing beacon. Perhaps the data logs will help us.
This is Captain Perovius. It's good to see you again. I'm impressed that you conducted the search personally. We're receiving the droid's logs now. You have my thanks.
No thanks are necessary. It was my privilege.
I would have lost men conducting the search. You saved lives today. At any rate, these logs are discouraging. The droid skirmish with the Killiks. Blasted bugs are on Cortez lands again.
I ran into a few more on my way here.
Figures as much. Rumor has it that the Killik nest is growing. Probably scouting for a new home. I'll make sure the Baron knows. Those things won't build a new hive in Cortez territory. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure the Killiks will get your message.
Indeed. In the meantime, I have a message for you. The Baroness is offering you an invitation to the estate. You may return at your leisure.
The Baron is expecting you. This way, please.
Our guest has arrived, my lord.
Baron Payar Cortez, Sword of the Castle Lands. I hereby present to you an honorable friend and a soldier of fortune. This man risked himself in the service of House Cortez, valiantly recovering our lost patrol and identifying the Killik threat. In appreciation of his noble deeds and out of respect for his accomplishments, I ask that you grant him recognition.
I so grant him recognition. I am Baron Payar Cortez, good sir. Welcome to my home.
Allow me to present Kaleo Janis, my loyal and trusted associate.
Such an exotic young woman. How is it you come to be here?
I slid out of Mama's womb and picked up a blaster. Now I'm your new friend's bodyguard. Of course, you and me could be friends too. You got a nice place here. I could stick around a while.
Baron?
You are an intriguing creature, I admit.
Hear what he said? That was sweet.
I think you've caught his interest.
What can I say? Baron needs some excitement in his life.
I assure you my husband has enough excitement.
Tell me now, why do you seek my house? Is there a favor you would ask? An alliance you'd propose?
I'm trying to identify a visitor to House Cortez. I know when he was here, but not his name or face.
I'll gladly help. Show me what you have. The dates in your files, yes, we've had visitors at these times, but that's no surprise. I believe the guest you're looking for is Master Denry Ale. We've hosted him and his summits on a number of occasions.
Let's hear some more.
Denry Ale was once Lord Denry Ale, a powerful and respected man among the vassal houses, but some years ago he abdicated his position.
He became a mediator dedicated to forging peace.
Strange you should ask about him now. For several weeks, Denry Ale has been missing. Whether off on some secret negotiation or something more regrettable, no one knows.
Isn't anyone trying to find him?
Not that I'm aware of. One missing man in all this chaos. But it bears investigation. I'll begin looking into Ale's whereabouts through formal and informal diplomatic channels. If I can find him for you, I will. You may also wish to investigate the matter yourself. I'm sure a mercenary of your caliber has sources.
You'll let me know if you find anything.
Of course. I'll send a message immediately. In the meantime, you're welcome to stay as a guest. House Cortez prides itself on its hospitality.
We'll have to dine together. You can meet the Ack dogs.
The Baron has spoken. This audience is at an end.